Welcome back everyone. Thank you for joining me in this video where we'll master the second MOS Excel exam practice. I'll link the first video in the description or in the card showing on your screen right now so you can watch the first video. In the first video, I shared with you the essential software, valuable tips, and useful resources to excel in the MOS professional exam. And I will also do that here in the second video. By the time we conclude, you'll be fully prepared for the exam and also tackle the most challenging tasks the professional exam presents. And before we start, please take a moment to subscribe and like this video. Your support will help us reach more people who may benefit from the content. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump right into mastering the second MOS Excel exam practice. Okay guys, welcome back to the exam practice 2. To practice that, we have to go to the GMetrix and we'll input our login credentials into it. Okay, so to practice the exam 2, you have to go to test, and before you go to test, make sure that you redeem your code to be able to access all tests required to take the professional exam. This code will be provided to you by your class reps in your university or school or your lecturer. So make sure to redeem your code to be able to access the test. So go back to test and go back to new test. Go to new test 2019, Excel 2019. And this is the one we're taking right now. Excel Associate 2019 Practice Exam 2. In the first video, we did this, the training mode. I was scored 100 over 100. If you want the video for this, you can see it in the card displaying above your screen right now. Or you check the description box below. You'll be able to find the video for this. And these are the only two practice exams that you need, which is the official practice test. So to take the practice exam 2, all you have to do is click on training mode and start a new test. So we have 5 tasks here as usual: task 1, task 2, 3, 4, 5. And we also have project 1 of 7. Understood? The way it goes is, once you're done with these tasks, this is the instruction for the tasks, and this is the worksheet you'll be working with. Everything above here is GMetrix, and everything below here is your Microsoft Excel 2019. So once you're done with each task, you mark completed and you go to the next task, and so on. Once you're done with the 5th task, all you have to do is grade your project so that it takes you to project 2. That's all you need to do. Let's start this, and good luck guys. So the first question says navigate to the named cell range app heading 2 and delete only the content, leaving the empty cells. All you have to do is click this drop down. This is where you find the cell range. Click this drop down and select app heading 2. This is the content in app heading 2. To delete the content inside and not the cells, all you have to do is right click on your mouse and clear content. Clear content will clear the content inside but not delete the cells. Moving on, mark completed and go to the next tab. This tag says on the downloads worksheet, adjust the height of row 27. You can scroll down and go to row 27 here. Click it. This will select entire row. To select the entire column, you select this. To select the row, click this, and it says adjust the row 27 to height of 78. To do this, all you have to do is right click. You see row height here. Click it and change this value to 78. Click OK, and you can see the full content of the cell. You're done with this task. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says apply the cell style light blue 40% assigned to cell 827. To apply a particular style to a cell, you have to go to the cell first, 827. Go to 827. You're in the cell, and you can see the styles here for the cells. All you have to do is click this drop down and select the right style for the cell. Click it. As you can see, it has been applied. All you have to do is mark the tags and go to the next task. This tag says create a table with headers from cell range A3 B24. You have to input the cell range first, A3 B24. That's correct. So everything here we're told to turn into a table with headers. To turn this into a table, while you're in the home panel, go to format as a table, click it. Then light, you're told to go to 10. So you hover over each of these and you see if you're in 10. This is 9. This is 10. And it is blue, as you can see. Blue. So you click it and it says format as a table, this, and this checkbox, it says my table has headers. In yours, it might be unticked. You have to tick it because the instruction says a table with headers. What you have to do is click OK and your table will be created. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says insert a footer that displays today's date on the right and then return to normal view. Good. To create a footer or a header in a worksheet, all you have to go to is click any cell in the table itself, go to insert, go to your right and you see header and footer. Select header and footer. And currently now it says header. The instruction says footer. So up here, still under design, you go to footer. Click on it and it will take you down to the footer. And it says on the right. You have to double click this and it will go to the right. If it says on the left, you click this. In the middle, you click this. So on the right, we're told to add today's date. To add today's date, this is current date. To add current time, this is what you do. Now in the professional exam, the question might be different a little bit, but the concept is that you know where everything is. So current date, and we're told to return back to normal view. To return back to normal view, all you have to go to is view, as you can see here from the question. View, click outside of the footer and go to normal view. That's all you have to do. Mark completed. And once we're done with these 5 tasks, to move on to project 2 of 7, all you have to do is grade your project. It will check these questions one by one and see if you got it right. We scored everything correctly. If you didn't, all you have to do is retry and it will take you back to the worksheet. Whatever question you miss, maybe it's task 2, once you retry, you go back to the task 2 and redo it. Understood? Moving on, as you can see, project 2 of 7 has been loaded. And it says here in task 1, import pet foods.txt located in the GMetrix template folder as a table on a new worksheet. To import any data, you go to the data panel and you pick from text. You scroll down to GMetrix template folder, double click it, petfood.txt. And here we don't need to be bothered about selecting anything else. Just click on next, click on next, click on finish. And it says here on a new worksheet, you have to select this. If you click on existing worksheet, it is going to create it here. We don't want that. We want a new worksheet. Click OK and you're ready. That is all for this task. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says on the feed inventory worksheet, remove the hyperlink functionality but leave the text in cell C27. We have to go to C27 first. So we're told to remove this hyperlink here. Currently now, if you click it, it will take you to this header right here. But we are told to remove the link here. So all you have to do is go to C27 again, right click it, and you see this icon, remove hyperlink. Once you click it, that's all. If you click it again, it will not take you to where it is linked to, which shows that the link has been removed. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says remove the conditional formatting from the inventory column on the feed inventory worksheet. We're in the feed inventory worksheet. All we have to do is go to feed to the inventory column. All you have to do is select this and highlight everything. Highlight everything and go back to home panel. Go to conditional formatting. As you can see here, conditional formatting. Click this. Go to clear rows. Once you hover over this, all you have to do is clear rows from selected cells. Click it and to remove the conditional formatting from here. Mark completed and go to the next task. This task says on the organic feed worksheet, this worksheet, format the data range A3F10. It says A3F10, A3F10 as a table that has headers. To create a table with headers, you know where to go. You go to Home, Format as a table, and we're told to apply this style. So you click this, and we apply medium 7. Medium, we hover over it. This is 11. This is 7. Click on this, and to bring this pop-up, which tells you or asks you, do you want a table with header? And yes, we want. Click on this, and you have your table. Mark completed and go to the next task. On this task, it says on the feed inventory worksheet, go back to this, apply style 11 to the chart. This is the chart here. To apply a particular style to this or to change it, all you have to do is once you click the chart, go to design. You see the different style here. Click on this drop down to see the full style. Click on it, and we're told to pick style 11. So we go to style 11, go to style 11, and that's all you need to do. Once you're done with that, mark completed and grade your project. Grade your project and see the results. We scored everything correctly. Moving on to the next task. In the task 1, it says display the cost worksheet in the page layout view. We're in the cost worksheet, display it in page layout view. Go to view, I will click page layout view. Then insert a page break between row 20, Cracker Jacker, and row 21, Raspberry Chocolate. So all we have to go to is row 21, and we have to insert a page break. All you have to do is go back to page layout, and you can see breaks here. The answer to the question is in the question already, page break. All you have to do is page, and you can see breaks here. Break, click it and insert a page break. Mark completed and go to the next task. In this task, it says use a built-in Excel feature to copy all the formatting of cell range A to G2 located on the profit worksheet. Make sure you're on the right worksheet and enter the cell range A2, G2. So we're told to copy this formatting here and copy it to cell A2 on the cost worksheet here. So to copy this styling here, all you have to do is go back to Home and click Format Painter. It will copy the styles here and it will be ready for you to paste it anywhere you want to paste the kind of formatting that is here. So go back to cost worksheet, and we're told to go to where? We're told to go to cell A2 on the cost worksheet. This is cell A and A2. All you have to do is click it and the style we applied here. Good. Mark completed. Go to the next task. On this task, it says on the profit worksheet, go to the profit worksheet, enter a formula in cell A29. Cell A29. There is an Excel function to return the average cost of the cookie dough flavors based on values in the cost column. To start the formula, enter equal to, and as instructed here, average cost. That's the formula. Type average, and you see this drop down. Double click on average, and it will open this bracket. And we are told to get the average of the value in the cost column. Click it, the first one, then highlight everything here. Once you've highlighted it, you can see it here. You can see your formula here, or you can also see it here. When you're still right here, close this and click enter. It will get the average of the costs on this column. While that is done, mark completed and go to the next task. On this task, it said on the profit worksheet, include the total profit data on the flavor, expenses, income, and profit chart. This is the chart they're talking about. Click it And to add any data to this, guys, whenever they talk about chart in the professional exam, guys, all you have to know is that to add any data to this chart or to remove, click on the chart and go to design. In the design, you can see the style of the chart and also select data. This select data will add any data to this chart. So all you have to do is select data. We're told to add total profit data. Selecting it will add it to this chart. Let's see that once you click OK, you see this data change and it will include the total profit as well. So mark complete. Move on to the next task. This task says filter the profit worksheet to display only flavors with a cost that is above average. To filter the columns, guys, you can see a little icon over each column here. To filter each column, you click on cost and you go to numbers filter, then you go to above average as instructed here. If the instruction says below average, that is what you do. Click on above average and this data will change. That is all you have to do. Mark completed. Great project. You scored everything correctly. Click on next. And this instruction, the task one under project 4 says add open to the quick access toolbar. This right here, they're talking about here, everything here. These are the quick access toolbar. To add open to it, you click this little drop down. Click on it and you can see customizing quick access toolbar. All you have to do is check this and it will add this folder, which is the open toolbar. We're done with that task. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says add the value new rate to the title property of the document. All you have to do to edit the property of this particular document is go to file. This is the properties here. And we're told to adjust the title. Click this and change this to rate. Change this to rate. New rate, rather. New rate. That's all you have to do. Go back, mark completed, and go to the next task. This task says set cells A1 F10. Input the cell range A1 F10. Click enter so that they will be the only cells that print. So if you want only this cell to print, as you can see from the instruction print, you go to the page layout, print titles here, click this little icon here. You can see if you hover over it, it says page setup. Click on it, bring this here, go to sheets, then print area is the one that will set which area you want to print. So print area, select this, click on everything that we've highlighted so far. Understood? As you can see, A1 F10 as instructed here. Click it back again and it will still remain here. Click OK and you are done with that task. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says save the rooms worksheet. This worksheet save as a web page named rent_prices.atm to the GMetrix template folder. So we are told to receive this file. Click this, save as to the GMetrix template. Click this, and we are told to put this as the name. So all you have to do is enter rent. Once you're done with that, click this drop down again to change this file format to HTML web page. As you can see here, web page. Click it and this will change. Understood? You have to change this. If you only edit the value here and don't change this, that's an error. So you have to save and you're done with it. And you can see here, if you know that is okay, it really changes, you can see rent_prices. Mark completed and go to the next task. This task says on the rooms worksheet, configure the heading row in table row 2 so that entries wider than the column wrap to multiple lines. The instruction here is basically just wrap the column. And as you can see, row 2 is where they ask us to go. Row 2, go to home to wrap the text to be able to see the entire content in this row. go to home and click wrap text. Wrap text will, as you can see in the instruction here, it will show more information, the full information. So if you click it, it will show everything here properly. Mark completed and grade your project. We scored everything correctly. Click on next and we're in project 5 of 7. This instruction on the taxon says on the sold worksheet, insert a new column before column A. This is column A, this is column B, this is row 1, this is row 2. In column A, we are told to add a column before this. To do that, right click on this and insert. It will insert a column before the column A. Normally, this was column A before, but since we added a new column, this returned to column A and this changed to column B. You're done with that, mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says split the view on the sold worksheet so only rows 1 through 6 appear in the top pane and the remaining rows appear in the bottom pane. The instruction is here, split. You go to the sold worksheet and you go to row 7. Anything below row 6 is to be splitted from the rest up here. Click on row 7 and to split that, all you have to go to is view. Go to view and you see split here. So this will divide row 7 and the remaining below with row 1 and 6. Click on split and there you have it. Mark completed. Go to the next task. In this next task, it says configure the vehicles worksheet. Go to vehicles worksheet. So rows 1 through 3 remain visible as you scroll vertically. This, we've done it in the first video, and the instruction here is basically to freeze the frame. So row 1 to 3, you click on row 4, and while you're still in the view panel, all you have to go is freeze pins and freeze it. So whenever you scroll vertically, this row 1 to 3 will still remain there. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says on the sold worksheet, format the table so that every other row is shaded similar to the table on the vehicles worksheet. Use a technique that automatically updates the formatting if you insert a new row. What they ask us to do here is on this vehicle worksheet, as you can see, the tables, it has a unique kind of styling. We have the gray, we have the white, gray, white. So whenever you add a new column here or a new row here, it maintains the styling. We are told to do the same thing here. To copy the styling here, click on any cell here and check the design and check the table style options. As you can see here, the header row is checked, the banded row is checked, and filter button is checked. To apply this, click on anywhere in the table and activate this. Activate this and you have the same styling as you have in this vehicle table. Understood? Mark completed. Go to the next task. Here it says on the vehicles worksheet, insert a function in cell B4. Cell B4. Insert a function. To insert the function, you enter equal to of the code column. We're in the code column that extracts the two leftmost letter of the vehicle style displayed in cell D4. To do that, the formula here is left first. That's the first thing we have to do. Left, double click it, then it will open a bracket as you can see here as well. It will open a bracket and it says the value in D4, where is D, and this is 4. Click this and put a comma. Once you put a comma, you now have to put in this number 2 because it is 2 leftmost. 2, then close the bracket. That's all you have to do. 2 leftmost. Click on enter and you can see every value here. The first 2 letters is displayed here. If it is 3 leftmost, you were instructed in the professional exam, you have to put left 3 here. Then you select whichever cell you're told to selected. Mark completed and grade your project. We scored everything correctly. Click on next and we're in the project 6 of 7. This instruction says on the QTR2 worksheet in cell F10, QTR2 worksheet, in cell F10, go to cell F10, insert a column spark line showing the sales trend from April to June. Apply gold spark line style accent 2, darker 25 to the spark line. Copy the spark line to the remaining cells in column F11 to F14. So all you have to do to create a column spark line is click here, go to insert, and as you can see here under spark lines, you see lines, column, win or loss. In the exam, you might be told to add a line spark line, but here you're told to add a column. Click on column, and to create a column spark line, you have to select the data first. And as instructed here, April through June. Click on this to select the data, and we're told to select April through June. Highlight it, and you can see a B10 to D10. Click on it again and click on enter. We have created the column sparkline. Now to apply this styling to it, all you have to click is this drop down. Click this drop down and select this sparkline style accent 2 darker 25. Click on it, and there you go. Now that's not the last of it. Copy the sparkline to the remaining cells in the column F11 to F12. As you can see here, this is F11, and we're told to take it here also to F12. To copy this exact type of styling to the remaining of column, all you have to do is click on the first one, and you can see this dotted line at the edge. All you have to do is click it and drag it down. Click it and drag it down, and to show the kind of styling you want here as well. Understood? Mark completed. Go to the next task. This instruction says using the move chart feature, move the pie chart on the QTR2 worksheet, this, to its own chart sheet named QTR2 chart. So to move this, all you have to do is click on this, go to design, and you can see move chart here. So if you click on move chart, it will bring a dialog. Click on new sheets and rename this to QTR2 chart. All you have to do is QTR2 chart, and there you go. Make sure it is the same value as instructed here. Click OK, and this chart will be moved to a new worksheet. Mark completed. Go to the next task. In this task, it says on the QTR1 worksheet, apply a number format to display the numbers in column B through E. QTR1 from column B through E, apply a number format to 2 decimal places with the US dollar symbol left aligned and the decimal point aligned. To do that, go to Home, go to General, go to More Number Format. We could have just selected it here and select the decimal as well, but to be specific, go to More Numbers Format, go to Number. As you can see, decimal places, decimal point, it is 2 as instructed here, and as instructed here, it is 2 decimal places. Go to the currency as well, and you can see the dollar sign. So whenever you click each of these, it will keep adding it to the numbers. So we have the decimal places, we have the symbol dollar sign. Click on OK, and as you can see here, that has been added, the dollar sign and the decimal points, 2 decimal places. That's all. Click on mark completed and go to the next task. On this task, it says in the QTR1 worksheet, still here, change the configuration of the QTR1 location revenue chart. This chart, click it so that it displays the month on the x-axis. This month, we want it to be up here, x-axis, and the revenue still on the y-axis. The revenue still remains here. To select any data or to add any data to the chart, like I said, go to design, select data, and to switch the rows, just switch rows. Click on OK, and you see that that has been reflected. You're done with that task. Mark completed. Next task. So the 5th task under project 6, it says display all of the formulas on the QTR2 worksheet. Go to KTR2 worksheet. To display all the formulas here, all you have to do is go to formulas. Click on formulas and you can see show formulas. Click on show formulas and to display all the formulas for this worksheet. Mark completed and grade project. We scored everything correctly. Click on next and we're in project 7 of 7, the final one. On the task one, it says on the average call time worksheets, use an Excel feature to copy the spark line into all the vacant cells of the trend column. So this existing spark line, we're told to copy to the rest of the column cells. Like I said the other time, to copy that, you click on this and this little dot icon here, click it, then bring it down. Bring it down and it copies all the spark line for each cells. We're done with that one. Mark completed. Go to the next task. On this task, it says on the employee hours worksheet, add a row to the table that automatically calculates the total hours worked by all employees. So to add these total hours to the table, all you have to do is go to design and you'll be able to add the total row to it. Currently now it is not there. To add that to it, just click it and you see its total here. It is added. Mark completed. Go to the next task. On this task, it says add a function to the overtime column. Where is it? This is overtime column in cell H4. Input the cell number H4. On the employees hour worksheet, we're in the employees hour worksheet, that will display the word yes. Listen carefully, guys. That will display the word yes if the formula here starts with if. It is an if else statement, but in this case it's just if. If the value in cell J4, this is J and 4, it displays yes here if the value here is higher than 40. So if this value is higher than 40, it displays yes. If this one is higher than 40, it displays yes. If this value is lower than 40, it displays no. Understood? So to do that, double click here, enter equal to start the formula, then type if. Double click it, you pick the cell J4, as you can see here, J, pick this, then if the value is greater than 40, put a comma, equal to, if, then the value that we are told to pick here, cell J4, if it is greater than 40 as said here, put yes. Put a comma also. If this is greater than 40, yes, else no. So input the value of no and close the brackets. Understood? Again, equal to, if the cell is greater than 40, yes, else no. As you can see here, you have equal to, which is the start of the formula. You have the if, which is the formula. We have this value, which is J4, and we have the greater than sign. If it is greater than 40, comma, then we have double quote. We input yes, put double quote, comma, then we put double quote, no, then double quote, then we close it. Once you're done with that, click enter and you can see, is 38 greater than 40? No. Is 50 greater than 40? Yes. Is 24 greater than 40? No. And so on. Mark completed. Go to the next task. This task says in cell I4 on the employees hours sheet. I4. Use a function to copy the name from cell A4. So to copy that and format the name so that all letters are uppercase, it's also a function. Double click it, enter equal to, and the formula is upper. Double click it and the cell A4. All you have to do is find A4, click it, it is displayed here, and that is all you have to do. Close it, then enter. Every value here will be displayed in capital letter A. Again, put equal to, upper, which is the function here. Open the bracket, select the row, which is this row, and close the bracket. Mark completed. Go to the next task. And the last task under project 7, it says on the average call time worksheet, go to the average call time worksheet, create a 3D clustered column chart that shows only the call time for Friday. The call time, this is call time for Friday for each salesperson. Position the new chart to the right of the table and change the color of the chart to colorful palette 4. To do that, you have to first select all the call time for all the salesperson here. So click on the first one, highlight it to the last person. Now go to insert. Whenever you want to create any column, any pie chart, you have to go to insert, click on this icon beside the pie chart, click on it and go to more pie chart. 3D clustered column is not right here. Go to more charts and you go to column. When you go to column, as you can see here, 3D clustered column. This is 3D stacked column. In the exam, we might be asked to add 3D 100% stacked column. But in our case, this is what we are told to do. Click on this and click on OK. We're done with that. Move it to the right. Move it to the right. And that's not the last thing. We are told to add a colorful palette to it. To add a colorful palette to this, when you're still selecting this, go to change colors and you can see colorful here. We're told to add 4. We're told to add 4. Click on this and you see the value changed here. Mark completed and grade your project. Amazing, guys. So we're done with the practice and our score is 100 over 100, 1000 over 1000, 35 questions over 35 questions. We got everything correctly. So thank you guys for tuning into this video focused on mastering the second MOS Excel practice exam. I hope you find it interesting and valuable and also insightful. Remember, preparation is key. And with the knowledge you've gained there and the skills, you're well on your way to succeed in the exam. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to leave them in the comment section below and I'll be more than available to answer all your questions. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, guys, if you find this video helpful. Stay dedicated, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.